Well, I asked my father to bring me home an album by this new band called the Beatles, and he brought home John Coltrane's "A Love Supreme" instead, and I said, "Great." um, I think, yeah, hearing Elvin Jones for the first few times on albums was kind of mind blowing for me. Because of the summer jazz camps that I went to as a kid, you know, meeting Oliver Nelson, playing in his band for 2 or 3 years, the band he directed at the camp. You know, I just anything where I saw Oliver's name, I would get the album, and so I always felt a real strong kinship with his writing, and there was something about Oliver's writing that really seemed to speak from the heart. It was also it was a very instructive moment for me. The African American Sketches album of Oliver's. There was one moment, there was this beautiful little woodwind passage, and I'd get goosebumps every time I heard it. My hair would kind of stand up in my arms. And so I was anxious to share this with my friends, and I said, "Okay, guys, wait." And I put the needle on the record. I said, that came. I said, "Did you feel that?" And they went, "Feel what?" I said, "The goosebumps, you know." And they said, "No." I said, "No, okay, listen again." So I put it back on. And every time that would happen, you know, and my father, who originally had been a bass player but was a doctor, I asked him about it. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, not everybody responds the same way to music." And that kind of blew my mind, because I thought we all shared a universal response somehow when something sounded good. And then I guess I began to realize that, oh, different folks, different tastes. One of the very first gigs I did, it actually was a fundraiser for the Musicians Union in Atlantic City, New Jersey. But the first gig I got paid for, I was 14 years old. I had joined the union, and it was at one of the resort hotels in Atlantic City. I grew up outside of Atlantic City, and I wasn't old enough to drive. My brother had to drive me, and we miscalculated the weekend holiday traffic, so lugging my drum set in, I didn't have cases for my little red sparkle Gretsch kit, and all the cymbal stands were in a large sack, and the band was up there in their plaid tuxedo jackets just waiting for me, and I set up. We played the first set for dancing. It was some convention. And the band leader, a man named Jack Lewis, who played accordion, very nice man, he gave me one of these, you know, and I sat down, and he said, "Always be set up, ready to go 15 minutes before the downbeat." And that was advice I never forgot. I've never been late for a gig since.
Do you remember how much you were paid?
No. But I do remember that when I joined the Stan Kenton band, we had toured for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days. And I'm sharing an elevator with Stan to go to our respective floors in the hotel after a gig. It was somewhere in Iowa. And Stan looked at me and said, "You know, Peter," said, "we haven't discussed money yet." So I replied, "Okay, how much do you want?" And he laughed, and I think that was good for an extra $25 a week. We didn't get paid very much in those road bands back then, but the experience was priceless, and it was fun. Hi, this is Peter Erskine.